Hi, this is Tommy Dad here. If you enjoy this channel, please subscribe. It does help me out. Today I'm doing kind of a emergency video, if you will, in response to a question I had on a video regarding fake discard, real discard, that type of stuff. So I just wanted to address it directly, and I think it's obviously something that probably other people will have experienced themselves or something similar, so it'll benefit them too. So the situation is that so a user was in a relationship with a narcissist, and their ex-girlfriend was coming into town, and around the time that the ex was coming into town, the narcissist blocked this user just out of nowhere. And it's been 2 weeks now that she's been blocked, and she's doesn't know what's going on, obviously, because there's no communication. So first off, let me just give the the caveat. I do not have a crystal ball. I don't have any special insight into what your specific narcissist is doing. I can only give advice based upon my own life experiences and what I've read from others' life experiences. The fact that they blocked you, and it sounds like communication has is off the table, leads me to think that this is not a fake discard. The whole point of a fake discard is manipulation, in order for the narcissist to get their way, to gain leverage over a situation, to get out of accepting a boundary, stuff like that. And so in a fake discard, the narcissist will want to typically have that confrontation face to face, so that they can push back and threaten to leave you, or make a big showy leave and be like, oh well, this is it, this is over, I'm leaving now, I'm going now, I'm going out the door, I'm going down the stairs now, I'm going in the parking lot now, I'm good, I'm going by my car. It's this big performance, because they want you to stop them and be like, oh no, come back, I'll do anything. And so that's kind of the dynamics of a fake discard. And if a fake discard takes place over the course of like a couple of days, for whatever reason, the last thing the narcissist is going to do is block you, because they're literally waiting for you to contact them. They're like, okay, I did my performance, I'm waiting for you to come crawling back. And so the narcissist is not going to block you during a fake discard. The whole point is that they're waiting to hear from you. So I would say that like what you are describing sounds like a discard, because what the narcissist is doing is being extra mean-spirited and extra cruel. They are blocking you without explanation, and that was 2 weeks ago. And they're doing that because they know how much it is going to hurt you. It is not an accident. Please understand that. It is not a coincidence or anything like that. They are literally doing that not for their own sake, but because they know how much it's going to hurt you. That makes them feel big and powerful, because they're basically evil people. And so as far as waiting further or anything like that, you are welcome to do what you think is best. My recommendation is not to, for multiple reasons. I would say even before this happened, it sounded like you knew that this person was toxic and evil and horrible and a narcissist, and that this is just kind of like the final highlight of that this just really just drives it home. And so, again, the question that everyone else is going to have is like, why would you want to get back together with this person who hates you, who actively does things to hurt you, who disrespects you by blocking you without a word, no consideration? Even normal people, when they break up, will have, typically like a conversation around things and say, well, I'm leaving because of this, and, go to heck and stuff like that. The narcissist isn't even giving you that. They're literally just breaking you off without even giving you the opportunity of going through a breakup. And again, it is not by accident. The narcissist does this because they want you, one, they want you hurt and hurt bad, but they also want you pining. They do not want you to have closure. That is why this is very much textbook narcissist discard. They do not want you to have closure because they want you crying in the wings. They're not going to take you back. They just want to be able to peek over there and see you crying, and then that makes them feel good. And then they'll go back to seeing their new supply. And so, I would recommend just taking this as it is, or as it appears, as the discard, and, really take your power back. You are not powerless in this situation. I know it feels like it, but you're not. You do have power and you can take it back. But in doing so, you're going to have to make tough decisions and do things that you may not fully want to, but part of you knows is the best thing to do. If they blocked you, I would block them back on every social media platform, every app, even maybe their phone number. I wouldn't even send them a message to say I'm blocking you, or it's over, and they're like, immediately go no contact, meaning no contact, none, zero, not a little bit, not a tiny bit, zero, none. Do not even send them a message saying that you're going no contact or that you're breaking up or anything like that. Block them on everything. That it would be step one. Step two would be reach out to your friends and family if you can, that you can rely on to support you. It's, the past 2 weeks have been hell. I understand it. Sadly, speaking truth, it's going to be tough. It's not going to get easier for a while. For probably weeks or months, it's going to suck as bad as it sucks today. That is why you are going to need friends and family to help support you. Whether that means talking to them about what's happened, or even just keeping you occupied. I mean, go play, video games with them, or go see a movie, or go for a walk in the park, or, go play, go throw the football or something in the park. Just do something, keep yourself occupied so that you're not sitting there in your room just ruminating about, oh, I had this one date, it was so nice. Because we've all been there, and it doesn't help, and it just makes things hurt, and it just makes things take longer. So it's really important to just, make sure that you have some friends and family that you can kind of, help you out and get through this. And again, whether that's talking about things, playing therapist, or just keeping you occupied, it's all good. It's all good. The other, kind of along with that, when you're alone, rediscover yourself. Instead of ruminating about this, excuse my French, asshole, you need to think about the things that you enjoy. Think about what books you like to read, what music you like to listen to, what bands you like to go to their concert, what restaurants you like, what are your goals in life. Because typically when people get into relationships with narcissists, all the stuff that makes them is put on the back burner. And so one of the, honestly, and I mean this completely honestly, one of the nice things about getting out of a relationship with a narcissist is that you get to go back to being you. You get to find your music, your restaurants, your movies, your books, everything that makes you you, and focus on that and just kind of, have a chance to enjoy being yourself. I mean, it will be, tough when you're alone sometimes and you kind of start to ruminate, but just remember that, it's, if possible, you need to not think about them. You need to think about you and regaining yourself. The next step, once you've, kind of got those, lined up, find all of the photos of him that you have in your house, apartment, whatever, bedroom. Find them, put them in a bag. Find all the photos of you and him together. Find them wherever they may be, put them in a bag. All the trinkets, knickknacks, little gifts, whatever that he gave you, or maybe that you guys got together that have special meaning, get those, put them in the bag. Take all those things that are in the bag and put them in the basement or the attic or under the bed in a box, something like that, because you need to heal, and you're not going to be able to heal as quickly if you have reminders of him or reminders of the two of you everywhere you look. Same thing on your phone. I would say take all those photos of him and zip them up and send them to, maybe put them on a USB drive and then delete them off your phone. Put them on a USB drive, but then delete them on your phone. Same. All the photos of you and him together, put them on a USB drive, delete them on your phone. The last thing you need to be doing is going through your phone, even by accident. And this happens to me all the time, where you're just going through your phone and Google will be like, oh, Google Memories, and start, showing me photos of my abusive ex. It's like, I don't need that crap. Even if I'm doing better, I don't want to see her face. And so, get them off your phone, put them on a USB drive, and if possible, take the USB drive, put it in the bag, stick it in the box underneath your bed. I would do that because I feel like that will be a step that you can take at this point, that you're strong enough to do, because you're not throwing those things away. They're still there. They're just out of sight. There will be a point, and only you can know when that point is, when you will take that box out of all those knickknacks and photos and stuff and dump them in the trash. Or depending on where you live, maybe dump them into a fire pit and set the mother on fire. I recommend the latter if possible, because watching those photos of your narcissistic ex burn, there's nothing like it in the world. It's a wonderful, wonderful healing feeling to watch that. So yeah, get all the clutter out of the way so you're not having these reminders. Obviously, last but not least, if you're not already in therapy, if it's an option, get into talking to them about what's happened and just going on your healing path and stuff. I think that's about it. I think that if you can just go no contact across the board, blocked on everything, and when I say everything, I mean on everything, and once you've done that, and then the other steps, that you'll be in a much better place. And so the important thing now, again, is just to focus on you and not looking back, looking forward into the future, looking at the future that you want, and looking at the future that you want for yourself, and also the relationship. I mean, again, now is a great time to sit down and say, okay, these are the things that I did not like in this relationship at all, and I will never stand for this again. And write them down. Also, these are the things that I wanted and never got in this relationship. Write them down and keep that, so that when you are finally in a place, in the future, when you're back dating or you find yourself in a relationship, you can go back to that list and say, okay, these are the things I need to have because I know that they feed my soul. These are the things that I will not tolerate because they kill me. I will not tolerate them in another relationship. And again, being in a relationship with a narcissist is not fun, it's not good or anything, but there are some very hard lessons that you can learn and come out. I know it's going to sound crazy, but you come out a better person, because the fact, and this is speaking, as an empath myself, the fact that you get into a relationship with a narcissist should be a red flag to yourself, because it means, I don't have good boundaries for myself, and I let myself get taken advantage of, and I let myself be taken for granted, and sometimes I'm too agreeable. Sometimes I let things slide when I should hold my ground and say something. And, without having this experience, you may have gone through life continuing those bad traits and ended up in other, unhealthy relationships. And so again, now is a good time to identify those things that you want and those things that you don't want in relationships, so that you can have a much, much healthier relationship in the future, and also to show up as a much healthier version of yourself than you were before. So hopefully this video's been helpful. Thanks.